How's it going, Star Seekers? My name's Luke, and welcome back to another 30 Minutes to Buy review, the series where I play a game for around 30 minutes to an hour, summarise the premise of its gameplay for you, and then based on my experience, let you know whether or not I would buy the game. Now today we're going to be taking a look at a game called The Kids We Were, and this one is a game which originally released on Android and can still be picked up for free on there, though I'm not entirely sure what the in-app purchases are for it. But the game has just been ported to the Switch and will soon be on Steam as well, and so I thought I would give it a go and let you know what I think about it. So I'll start by saying that The Kids We Were is a narrative adventure game, and this means that you won't find any real action in it, and gameplay is very much focused around delivering an emotional story to the player. Now the game is set in Japan, and the plot with this one revolves around a young boy called Minato, who after travelling to a town called Kagami with his sister Mirai, goes in search for his father, who apparently lives somewhere in the town. After discovering that his father is no longer there, Minato receives a notebook containing something called the 7 Mysteries, which are somehow linked to the town, and after this a series of events lead to Minato travelling back in time 33 years to the day his parents met, where he must then solve the 7 mysteries and change the future to save his family. Now I've purposefully been a little obscure with this one as to not spoil the story for you, but there are a lot of moving parts with this one, and the story does a good job of leading you on and keeping the intrigue going. As you explore the town of Kagami, you'll encounter many different characters along the way, some of them being citizens who will provide you with a bit of backstory about the town itself, and others which are key players in the plotline who drive the story forward, revealing details about your parents, why you had to travel back in time, and how Minato is able to see snippets of the future. From my time spent playing, I thought that the narrative was really well written, it did a good job of invoking emotions, and it gripped me enough so that I actually ended up playing the game for a lot longer than I had intended to. Now when it comes to gameplay, like I said, this one is all about the story, and so the majority of your time will be spent exploring Kagami, talking to various people, and generally just following the storyline from one location to the next. There are some minor puzzle solving elements along the way, though these really won't tax you too much, but the other main gameplay mechanics involve the collecting of objects or souvenirs, which then get stored within your catalogue. Now there are nearly 100 of these items to find, most of which have a Japanese theme to them, and you're able to obtain them in several different ways. Firstly as gifts from NPCs, which are usually unmissable, with some of them being key items for progression. Secondly by searching every nook and cranny of the town, though for the most part these are pretty easy to find. And thirdly by obtaining coins, which are also littered about the town, and then spending those coins in gacha machines. One thing that I did notice though was that these machines say that they only cost 1 coin, but in fact take 3 coins from you, which I assume is a bug, but in general I quite enjoyed this scavenger hunt element of the gameplay, and I thought it did a decent job of breaking up the narrative a little and getting you to explore places that you wouldn't normally go. Now in total I played for around an hour and a half, and in this time I didn't actually get to solve any of the 7 mysteries, and this is partially due to how much text and cutscenes there are in the game. My first hour or so saw me exploring a few regions of the town, but I was rarely able to walk more than one screen before triggering another cutscene, so just bear this in mind as the game starts off pretty slow and has a heavy amount of dialogue to read through. After travelling back in time, this did seem to ease up a little and I was given a little bit more freedom to explore, but the game does kind of pull you along through its story, and I can only hope that you give them more time to explore the world as you get further into the game. Now on the visual side of things, The Kids We Were uses a combination of voxel art and moving images to present a kind of 3D pixel world, and I actually really like the way that this visual style is a blend of the old and new. They've done a great job with the voxel art in this one, with plenty of detail to the objects and environments, and with the developers themselves being a Japanese studio, they've done a fantastic job at replicating Japanese architecture and objects, with everything being instantly recognisable to anyone who like me is a fan of Japan and its culture. Now on the audio front, the game's music is pretty decent, consisting of a combination of quite relaxing tunes and several more tense tracks, all of which fit well with the in-game situations, but I would have liked to have heard a few more Japanese inspired tracks, which I feel would have fit in better with the game's theme. Overall though, from what I've played of it, The Kids We Were offers an enjoyable, thought-provoking narrative adventure. It keeps you gripped to its storyline and wanting to find out more, and if you're looking for something to chill out with which just takes you along for the ride and doesn't require you to do anything strenuous or stressful, then I highly recommend checking the game out. I will say though that in my mind, the jump from it being a free Android game to a $16 Switch game is a little excessive, though the port does come with some additional content, but I do recommend you keep an eye out for when the game goes on sale and then pick it up when it drops to a more acceptable price for you. And so that just about does it for this 30 minutes to buy review of The Kids We Were on the Nintendo Switch. As always, make sure to hit that like button if it helped you out, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all my latest content. For now though, I just want to thank you all once again for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and game on.